Hello everybody! So today I'm going to be kind of going over celiac disease in terms of celiac national month this month. That doesn't make sense. It's National Celiac Disease Awareness Month, if I want to actually say it correctly. So today I'm going to be kind of going over what is celiac, like what literally is celiac in terms of the genetics. So it'll be a part of the video that I will have that you guys can skip if you guys don't want to hear about the genetics. I'm going to be explaining what she does because she's a gluten detection service dog for me in my personal story of celiac disease. I have my computer off to the screen right now, right here, that I have my notes on because I'm gonna forget something if I don't. And especially with the genetic part, I don't know everything. I'm trying to teach myself about it. It's hard. It's genetics. It's not easy. And I asked you guys for some questions about celiac disease so I can answer you guys. If you guys have any other ones or I missed something that you guys asked, let me know and I will answer them for you in the comments or other videos. So I'm going to start with my celiac story. So I have celiac disease. I was diagnosed in March of 2020 at 14 years old. I am now 19, turning 20 next month, which that's insane. It's no more teenager. I had to take a COVID test to get diagnosed. So how you get diagnosed is you do an endoscopy. That's how I got diagnosed. I know there's new ways now, but I was diagnosed 6 years ago, so things kind of changed since then. So I had blood work done. It's called a gluten test, I think that's the name of it. I had to eat a piece of bread, which I hate. I hate bread. I hate the smell of it. I hate the texture of it. I hate everything about it, and it makes me sick. Well, I had to eat it for them to check my gluten levels. It was through the roof. So they're like, let's get you in an endoscopy, which is a camera down your throat. You're asleep, of course, because that would be insane if you're not. A camera goes down your throat into your small intestine, which celiac is. And they look for the villi, which are small finger-like objects in your small intestine that absorb nutrients. Mine were flat. I had none. It took less than 15 minutes of the time of putting me to sleep to finishing for them to diagnose me with celiac. Very, very fast. I had a pretty good doctor that was recommended. So that also probably why, because he knew what he was doing. And I still see him sometimes. I moved to another one that my dad goes to, but he still kind of checks up on me. Because celiac is not for the faint of heart. Because there's more than just a diet, and I will get onto that later. It took years of being picky or fail to thrive for them to actually listen, because doctors do not like to listen to children, which is crazy. I was just picky. I didn't want to eat. I was very, very small, so I failed to thrive. I was 4'9" and 75 pounds when I was 14 and diagnosed. That is very small. I am now 5'7" and still underweight. I'm not going to say my weight online because I don't need that online, but I'm not where I should be. I am underweight, and my doctors are still worried. And I've been diagnosed for 6 years. That's how long it takes to heal. So celiac needs to be triggered. So not everyone will get triggered that has the celiac gene, which I'll get in soon, because I go over the genes and everything with that. But I don't know what genes I have. There's a few different ones, but I don't know which ones I have. I don't know if I can find that out. I'm not sure. But I had a really bad ear infection that spiked my temperature to 102 degrees. After that, I was about 2 to 3 years old, I think. I don't remember. My parents don't remember. That was like 17 years ago. I don't remember. Of course I wouldn't remember. I was 2 or 3 years old. Anyone's just leaving us now? Fine, I'll move over. In a 102-degree temperature, on a 2 or 3-year-old, that's scary. That's not that's not normal, but that's scary. So they had to rush me to the ER to get my temperature down. They put me in a cold shower and everything to kind of get my temperature down, and that's when they figured out I had my ear infection. I had ear infections all the time when I was younger, but we don't know why, but this one spiked my temperature through the roof to the point where we think that's where mine triggered. What is celiac? So celiac is a chronic autoimmune disorder or disease. Celiac disease. There's 2 different ways of spelling it. American and British, I think. The UK. There's 2 different ways of spelling celiac. I'm American, so I'm going to spell it the way that I'm used to. So I will go over the genes soon, but I'm going to kind of go through what celiac is without getting technical with it. Celiac, like I said, celiac needs to be triggered by a traumatic event to the body. Pregnancy, I know someone who got triggered by pregnancy. My dad he worked with someone who was diagnosed at 70 that he had something going on, I don't know, but it triggered his. It needs to be triggered. You're not born with it triggered. So what, if someone says, I have celiac disease, what does that mean? It means when someone with celiac consumes gluten, wheat, barley, rye, and sometimes malt, which I have to be careful of, and sometimes other people do, my immune system freaks out. It starts attacking itself and damaging the lining and the villi, which villi are small finger-like projections that aid the consumption of nutrients. I'm going to put a photo up here of the what a thing of villi should look like and what mine look like. It's not a photo of my endoscopy. I wish I had it. I don't know where it went. I had it. Mine were flat. Mine were completely flat, which that's not good, because that would have been, so if I got diagnosed at 14 and we think that I developed it at 2 or 3, that's what, 11 to 12 years of having undiagnosed celiac. And celiac doesn't just like, oh, you didn't mean to, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna affect you. It affects you every single time you eat gluten. That's 12 to 11 years of affecting my own body every time I ate. Every single time I ate. We didn't know. I just was picky. I tried to tell him. I gotta do the genetic part. So I'm gonna get into the genetic part. I'm going to put a thing where you guys skip ahead after the genetics if you guys don't want to be bored of the genetics. But some person might want to hear. It's like this much text, so prepare yourself. So there's multiple genes. So I'm gonna put on screen the HLA-DQ2 and the HLA-DQ8 genes are the most important genetic markers for celiac disease. These genes are part of the HLA, put it here because I'm not pronouncing that, which helps the immune system recognize foreign proteins. The HLA-DQ2 is present in approximately 90 to 95 of individuals with celiac disease, while the HLA-DQ8 is less common but still significant risk factor. Both proteins composed, don't know why I can't say any of that, of the alpha and beta subunits encoded by HLA-DQA1 and the HLA-DQB1 genes. This presents gluten peptides in the immune cells, triggering by an autoimmune response for characteristics of celiac disease. I got that from National Celiac Association in the University of Chicago MALS program. So the next thing I will be talking about I did not rate because I don't understand this part. So you have to carry one or both of these genes to increase the likelihood of developing celiac disease, but it does not guarantee it. You can have the genes, but you don't get triggered. People with one copy of DQ2 or DQ8 have about a 3% risk, while those with two copies have around a 10% risk. It is a very unlikely chance that you have celiac disease. That's why it is so understudied by scientists, and that's why there's celiac disease month, because it kind of brings in like recognition. And I've personally seen it. When I first diagnosed, no one knew what celiac was. I just went to Cold Stones yesterday, and the person that was working there went into the back, grabbed a new thing of ice cream, and got it from there. That way I wouldn't get sick. He said that I wasn't the first person with celiac that came in that day, and they're actually starting to keep track of celiac and actually trying to get people better, which is amazing. That's insane, because 6 years ago, that people were like, okay. I also, someone rolled their eyes at me when I asked them to change their gloves. So it's back and forth. So family members. So family members of affected individuals have a higher risk. First degree relatives have a 12 to 15% chance. Like your mom, your siblings, they have a 12 to 50% chance of having celiac disease. Fraternal twins. So if there's any fraternal twins out there that one has celiac and one doesn't, you have a 20% chance of getting celiac from your sibling. Identical twins. So if there's any identical twins, you have an 80% chance of getting celiac together. That's from McMaster University of Celiac Disease Clinic. I don't know who in my family has celiac. We don't know. I think it's my dad. He's been tested when I was, but it came out negative. But he has had more stomach issues. He has really bad intestinal issues that the doctors don't even know. I'm trying to get him re-diagnosed. He won't. I don't know why. So I'm going to move on from the genetics. So hi to the people that skipped that. Another question that I get all the time. Gluten allergy. No. People with celiac say it's a gluten allergy because it's just easier than explaining what celiac actually is. But no, celiac is not a gluten allergy. I don't have a gluten allergy. Some people do. I've known someone with a gluten allergy and celiac. I'm so sorry for you, because that would absolutely suck. But no, celiac is not a gluten allergy. Completely different. What happens if I eat it? So there is a wide variety of symptoms. Wide variety. More than I'm going to even be able to say in this video. So gastrointestinal symptoms: diarrhea, abdominal pain, bloating, weight loss due to malabsorption of nutrients. Non-gastrointestinal symptoms: fatigue, headache, joint pain, skin rashes such as dermatitis, and mood changes. Silent celiac, which is absolutely terrifying for me. Some individuals may have no symptoms but still experience the same intestinal damage. That is terrifying for me to think about. Not knowing that I was sick, that I ate something that's killing me. You can die from celiac. It's not, I don't know why it's not studied more, because it's deadly. It's also a disability. I don't know why it's not, I don't know. My symptoms. So here is my list of 1 million of my symptoms. I'm probably gonna forget one. Migraines, like the iceberg migraines that go down to your neck. Yeah, those are fun. Sharp pains in my gut for days or hours at a time. Sharp, constant pain. Constant. That's the keyword. I don't get a relief. There's no relief at all for days. I think my longest that I've ever been sick for was 4 days of constant pain. Constant. Nothing can help. And I can't have ibuprofen either. So, where did I go? Oh, muscle pain in my legs. So, when I was 2 or 3, when I first, we think, got triggered, there was a Christmas that after dinner, I ate dinner and my legs started hurting really, really, really bad, to the point where my aunt had to carry me for the rest of the day. That was the first time my parents noticed about my leg pain, which that's kind of interesting to hear, because I have leg pain all the time, every day, all day. It's just the pain levels go up and down. I have it right now. I had it when I was writing the script. I probably will have it when I'm editing this video. Bloating, which it's bad. Brain fog, that's also pretty bad. I cannot think straight if I have gluten. Throwing up or acid reflux, that's a fun one because I have acid reflux all the time from drinking water, which is really fun. Loss of balance. My blood pressure drops. Like, it just goes, it just drops. Which is fun. So every time I stand up in that 4 days, it's like the world's ending. I am currently trying to get diagnosed for POTS because I have it all the time, but it gets worse when I get sick. It's also due to the fact that I can't walk because of my leg pain and the migraines, which because that sucks too. I think I have more symptoms, I just can't think of them right now. Those are my main ones. There's probably the small little ones that I don't notice. Does celiac affect your daily life? Yes and no. No, because I can still do things. I can still work. I can still run. I can still do things. I can still eat. I have to be careful, but I can still eat. Yes, because I have to be careful on every single time food is involved. Every single time. At birthday parties, at family reunions, at dinner, at anything. I have to be careful. Companies have decided, when it's walking and bumping the camera, companies have decided to start using wheat in their cutlery. Disposable, like straws, paper, plates, things like that, now sometimes have wheat in them, which is really fun, and I can get sick from those. So that's really fun to have to also watch out for. So I have another question of, what does Winslow do? Because I have a vest sitting right here. She is a gluten detection service dog in training. She detects the smell of wheat, barley, and rye, and then tells me in her own way. So her way is she paws when it's safe and she lays down when it's not safe. So she will be telling me in foods, oh, that has gluten in it, don't eat that, or that's safe, go ahead and eat that. She will let me know. It takes over a year for them to actually start being able to do food, which is, I need her to hurry up because I keep getting sick because of cross-contamination. So I hope that you guys, that kind of answered your guys' questions. If you have any more questions, please let me know down below and I will answer your questions. Either I will do a video on it like this, if I get enough of them, or I will just answer them in the comments, or I will do a short. If you guys also have more video ideas, let me know. I'm going to be doing another vlog on her fast cat next weekend, because I didn't do one this weekend, but I got clips of it, so I just posted a video about it. So I'm going to try to actually get out of my circle and vlog, because I suck at it, and it's just embarrassing to do in public. Hope this was a fun video, and I'll see you guys later.